Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about PHP operators. Now, the reason I didn't go over this before is because I thought I did it in the first tutorial, but I didn't really do all. So, well, there's a bunch, but like, I'm going to do a lot this time. So, now the first thing is, you usually do this when you're setting a variable. So just make up some variable, so I'll make it hello. So now the first one is the equal. The equal is setting the value of it. So now, then I put some value, and then so that means now hello equals this value. So it sets the value to this. And the second is, you know what, we're going to use a number for this actually. Full. Okay? So this, we could set the value and change the original set value. Okay? So now over here, what we're going to do is we're going to do plus equals. Plus equals. Now what plus equals is the same as going like this. Equals hello. Oh my gosh, I can't type. Hello plus whatever. So that's, instead of typing this whole thing out, I could just go like this, and they will both do the same thing. So what this does is, it says sets the value, and then it already finds the value of what this is already, and then adds whatever to this. So plus equals 3. Now I could do this with other stuff too. So instead of doing plus equals, I could do minus equals. So minus equals 3, and it will be the same as this. And I could do it stir equals, which is multiplication. So stir and stir. Or I could do dividing by putting a slash. So slash equals and slash. So that's a few stuff that I could do. And I also could do concatenate by putting a dot equals. And we didn't go too much over concatenating, but we did go a little bit over it. And what happens to semicolon? Why is there an error? Okay, let's just put. Okay. So now let's go over all of this. So what this does is hello equals 7 in this. So this makes it equal 7. So the outcome will be 7. The outcome will be 1. The outcome will be 12. The outcome will be some decimal. No idea. Actually, I should be able to do this. The outcome should be 1.3, like a bunch of trees, like going on forever. So, yeah. And if you put that line on top, it says it goes on forever. And the outcome will be 4, and then a D at the end, 4D. So this much is pretty self-explanatory. You guys know this already, so you should be able to do this. So this is some operators. So now we're going to talk about the operators like in comparison. So in comparison, we're going to use the if to compare. So we're going to put hello. So now what we could do is we could put the equals, which it compares. So instead of setting, 1 equals is when it sets a value, and you shouldn't set a value in a if statement, because it's just not like supposed to be like that. So equals is checking if they both are equal. So so it checks if the values are both equal. And then if they're both equal, then it will return a true, and if it's a true statement, it will do this line of code inside the curly braces. So then if I put exclamation So exclamation mark and equals, that means not equals. So if the number is everything but full, it will do the stuff inside the curly braces. And then I could say if it's greater than full. So so now if this is bigger than full, then it will do it. And if full is bigger than this, it will do it. So I could do that also. And then I could make it say less than equals. And what that will do is, if it is full, so it's the same thing as saying if it equals this, or if it is less than this. Oh my gosh, I'm taking so long to think about this. So it's saying both. So if this value is smaller than this or equals to it, it's the same, okay? And yeah, and I could say greater than equals. So same thing, but the opposite way. Now what if I want it to be, so I want it, if the value to be equal to 4. So if hello equals 4 or 7. So how do I make a O? Do I have to create another else if? Well, you could create an else if and copy whatever is over here. Copy all this code and then put it over here. And just change this to 7 and copy everything that's in the curly braces, so it will do all that code all over again. But that's just unnecessary and too much typing or too much copying. So what we're gonna do is you could just put the O, so these two upward lines means an O, and then I could put the hello equals 7. So then I don't have to copy anything inside the curly braces all over again. So it's a lot neater and a lot nicer. So if it's 4 or 7, it will do all the lines of code inside here. But it's not 4 or 7, then it won't do any of the lines. And I could change this to AND instead. So if this equals 4 and it equals 7, which is kind of impossible. So just make it an example where it is possible. We'll just name it by because it goes along. Doesn't really matter. And by equals 7, then it will do this line of code. But if even one of them is different, it won't do it. So yeah. So that's just basically it. I think I went over everything. Forgot, that will be embarrassing. You guys can make fun of me as much as you want then. So those were the operators. So hope you learned something, at least. I think if I went over this in the first tutorial, then this is like a pointless video. So hopefully I didn't. So I didn't make this for nothing. Okay, so that's all.